as I try to, bring some live stream to you guys. So you're seeing me in my office, and you're seeing a little change um, in some of the tech that I'm using today, in the hopes that this will improve things dramatically. Um, One of the things you're going to see right now is, let's go ahead and move this window to there and pop in the good old GoPro. I am not using uh, the GoPro as my primary video going forward, I think. We'll see in a minute. But you can see the GoPro is working fine. It has a very bright light on it at the moment, and it still displays me pretty dark. Um, so, I saw as I was working in the smithy that that was an ongoing issue. As such, I think I'm going to use the GoPro going forward as my spot cam, an overhead cam. In the meantime, I've learned how to utilize my iPhone as a camera, and that is this over here. And as you can see, lighting wise, it doesn't seem to have a problem with lighting with the lighting in here. And mind you, it's not terribly bright in here. I've got an overhead light turned on. I'll turn it off. As you can see, iPhone has no problem with it. As a result, I think the iPhone is a better choice for um, actually doing my live streams in the environment that I work in, and then I'll use the GoPro, like I said, as a spot cam. Bring that back up again. Oh, nope, that was the big chat. Let's go back here. Ah, there we go. Turn that off, turn it back on again. Okay, now I see how that works. There's that, there's that. So I now have a 3-camera system. When I'm able to get right in front of the Mac to chat with you guys and see what the um, multiple streams that I'm interacting with are saying, you'll see me right here talking to you. And I've made it so that very easily I can pop a big window when it's more interesting to see that. In the meantime, I can leave the little window there. I will end up setting up another little window. Let me just do that right now. And video capture device, and existing, and the webcam again. Nope, not the webcam, sorry, that one, HDMI. And what I'm going to do with that is move it down, and of course I'm going to cause myself all sorts of confusion by having all these things named the same thing, but the point is, if I do this, then I can put that there, and make it sit on top of the chat window. And now you get to see a picture-in-picture mode, which means that I can, let me go ahead and decide how big I'm going to want that. Well, I'm going to leave it like that, and we'll see. Point is, this can now become my spot cam of me working on the anvil. And then the one where you're seeing my face is the one I would have normally set up to use the iPhone. And with the iPhone, that'll be the whole smithy. Let's see if I can get this, it'll stay where I want it. That'll be the whole smithy, which gets lit up just fine, no problem. The picture-in-picture being the GoPro, can be the overhead cam, and it'll be lit up by the hot piece of steel, so it should work out just fine. So yeah, that's going to be the content of my stream today, is just to share with you some of the technologies I've been working on to get this behaving the way I want it to. Let's see, there's that. Turn that off. So yeah, I mean, this is where having somebody working with me in the smithy, just managing this, the camera switches and the questions in the live stream will be useful. Speaking of which, astute viewers will have seen that this is not coming from my personal Facebook account anymore. Instead, I've now set up a page on Facebook. Let's see if we can turn down the epileptic seizure content here just a tiny bit. There we go. Instead of coming from my personal page, I've set up a professional page. And the reason for that was I was noticing that the only way I was able to see the questions coming in from my Facebook live stream, which I'm live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But the only way to see the Facebook live stream was to actually sit there and have the Facebook page open for the live stream, because it wasn't popping up in the stream itself and in the tool I have here that shows me the chats coming from those 3 different streaming services. I was able to send to 2 of those services, but not to Facebook, and I wasn't able to see the questions coming in from Facebook. It turns out that there's a limitation on what Facebook allows personal pages to do, that it doesn't limit professional pages. So I set up the professional page. That's where my live streams on Facebook will be happening from now on forward, and I'll just remember to let folks know on my personal page that way, if they only know me from the personal page and haven't started following my professional page, there'll be something there to let people know that it's happening. But I do invite you to come like my professional page. The more people that like the professional page, the more features it unlocks for me. And so that makes it so I can reach the broadest audience of potential viewers, and in the future, perhaps as a retirement income, people who would be interested in me making things for them. So it is considered a professional page, and it is part of Between Two Pines LLC. It's just Jack Pines Blacksmithing. So that's how you can find me on Facebook. And I'll have to update my slide here, my background slide here to show that. So instead of /Jack Pines, it'll be /Jack Pines Blacksmithing. And as such, I can now send chat responses to all 3 of the stream providers simultaneously. And I can see all of the chats coming in from all 3 simultaneously. And those will be shown in the live stream. If I do see, strange things happening, then we will quash that. But as a matter of fact, let me check one thing real quick to make sure I added the one bit of permissions necessary for that to actually work. Let me switch over to my Facebook page. /Jack Pines Blacksmithing. And go into that, and hit. Actually, I'm going to have somebody else do it. I'm going to ask my wife to do that. My love, would you send a comment on the live stream, please, in Facebook, under Jack Pines Blacksmithing, just so I can see if it comes through or if it has to be approved before it comes through. Because if it has to be approved before it comes through, then I'm going to have to enable the or disable that feature to allow this to work. Another astute observer might have noticed I'm not using the lavalier mic today. What I am using the system that works with. It turns out that the wireless transmitter and receiver, the transmitter itself has a mic on it, and as I'm not having to fight with anything else going on in the environment, I'm just utilizing the mic on the transmitter. Hi, Gid. I don't know if you've been able to see, but the chat that says, oh, Gid sent me a message. So it looks like it works. Nice. Do the ears, as a matter of fact, they do. I don't know if you caught my earlier part where I was saying that the fiery, hi love, the fiery live stream isn't going to happen today because of a wind advisory here. I don't need to have the Dutch door blown off the the smithy because a wind decides to throw. Did you see what Gid said?
No, because there's a 10-second delay and it's annoying to my ears.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be listening to it right now while you're doing it. I always turn off the volume on my side too. He said, hey baby, don't tell Jack.
Tell him I don't.
She's keeping it secret. All right, so yeah, that's a wrap. The whole point was just to make sure I could actually use 3 cameras simultaneously. If I wanted to, I could put all 3 on the screen simultaneously. Proof of that is, let's see, that is this one here. Yep, grab it and move it over here, and then throw on the
Are you on YouTube also?
yes,
Can you get messages from YouTube?
yes, and Twitch. And there. So why did my phone stop working? Oh, because I accidentally turned it off. There we go. Yeah, 3 cameras simultaneously. So this will work great. I'll be able to position the camera someplace like it is right now. And yeah, I should say the view someplace like it is right now, such that it's not in the way of seeing the smithy, but you'll be able to also see the overhead view. So, and then you'll also be able to see the, let me go ahead and rename that because it's very confusing now that it doesn't actually do what I want it to. So it doesn't need to be big chat window because there is no such thing as calling 2 different things. There we go.
So see, you do need a monitor in here.
A monitor isn't going to help. Where,
Well, you see the chat things on it.
I see the chat things.
Okay, but that's because you're sitting like 5 inches away from your.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to help to have a, well, maybe it would. I could actually pop the chat window into a different, onto the other screen as well. Yeah, so you're right, it could help. But, I'm being groped. That was the limited guest appearance of my wife's arm.
That's all you get.
That's all we get.
Pay me for more.
Oh my, yes. All right, so I'm going to call that a wrap. sorry to not have hot steel in front of your face. Um, faces. But yeah, with the weather advisory and the consistent downpour today, my biggest concern was to make sure that the chickens and the turkey didn't blow away, and it turns out they're fine. A little bit wetter than usual, but otherwise, yeah, that's going to be it for my being outside today. Is to avoid, is to make sure that if I hear anything blowing around, that it isn't an enclosure for the chickens, and that the chickens are safe. And maybe to get into a vehicle to go get stuff for the chickens. You know, this is a channel all about blacksmithing, but the fact is, when you have as many chickens as I have, they're going to be part of the stream as well. So, yeah, maybe I should call this Jack Pines Blacksmithing and Chicken Ranching. Anyway, love to everybody. Talk to you soon.